The ones who see the world differently are often the ones who reshape it. Welcome back, wisdom seekers, to the space where noise fades and depth begins. Today, we're not skimming the surface. We're diving into the hidden architecture of the Sigma female, not as a stereotype, but as a unique neurological design. If you've ever felt out of sync with the world, yet deeply in tune with yourself, this is your transmission. Who is the Sigma female? Some call her mysterious. Others call her detached. Some even believe she is cold, unapproachable, unknowable. But these are only shadows of the truth. The Sigma female is not just an introvert, not simply a rebel standing outside of the crowd. She is wired differently. Her brain, her emotions, her senses, they move on a frequency most people never experience. And in this journey, we'll step into that frequency. We'll uncover traits that explain her solitude, her sensitivity, her boundaries, her brilliance. Because she is not a myth. She is a living design, complex, powerful, beautifully misunderstood. For her, solitude is not avoidance, it is oxygen. Her mind runs in recursive loops, thought spirals connecting memory, logic, and emotion all at once. In noise, that loop collapses, but in silence, it thrives. This is why she seeks solitude, not to escape life, but to align with herself. Others may see her silence as emptiness, but to her, silence is fullness. It is fertile ground where her deepest insights grow. Her emotions are not blurry, they are sharp, high definition. She notices the micro-expressions, the changes in tone, the tiny cracks between words. It's not just empathy, it's pattern recognition, a radar tuned to frequencies that others cannot detect. This gift brings her clarity, yet it also brings weight. Because when you feel everything, you also carry everything. And often, that weight is heavy. For her, social rules are not intuitive, they are scripts. Scripts she memorizes, performs, and endures. Masking her true self is not a preference, it is survival. And yet it leaves her drained. People may call her blunt, awkward, difficult, but in truth, she is translating, not failing. And translations are always exhausting. When she locks onto something, the world disappears. This is hyperfocus, a neurological state, not a choice. In this state, she can dive deeper than anyone else, uncover flaws others overlook, innovate beyond the expected. But the cost is high. She forgets time. She forgets herself. She burns out. Her hyperfocus is brilliance, and it is a blade. Her senses are amplifiers, not filters. Imagine the world at maximum volume. Fluorescent lights sting like lightning. Crowded rooms crash like storms. She is overwhelmed not because she is fragile, but because she is finely tuned. And so she retreats, not from people, but from overstimulation. Her solitude is her medicine. Her rituals are survival. She does not follow rules blindly. She questions them, always. This is her why reflex. It's not rebellion, it's integrity. Her mind demands coherence. If something doesn't make sense, she cannot obey simply to obey. This makes her disruptive in rigid systems, but invaluable where change is needed. People often say she's arrogant, that she's cold, but her boundaries are not walls of pride. They are shields of preservation. She knows her energy is finite. She knows her soul cannot be diluted, so she conserves. To outsiders, this feels cold, but in truth, it is honesty. Where others get lost in stories, she sees systems. She notices structure, cause and effect, the invisible architecture behind drama. This makes her strategist, solver, navigator of complexity. The truth for her is not in the story, it is in the pattern beneath. Her identity is not fixed. It evolves, it adapts. Like an operating system, it updates itself. People call her inconsistent, but she is not. She's aligned with her evolving truth. This fluidity is not weakness, it is freedom. Belonging for her often feels like erasure. To belong often means dissolving into conformity, and so she steps away. Her solitude is not loneliness. It is sovereignty. It is clarity. It is power. The Sigma female is not a stereotype. She is not a myth. She is a rare architecture of mind and soul, a frequency that questions, perceives, and creates beyond the norm. Her solitude is her throne. Her clarity is her gift. Her authenticity is her strength. If you see yourself in these words, remember you are not broken. You are designed differently. But her path is not without struggle. The solitude that heals her can ache with emptiness. The questions that bring insight can spiral into doubt. Yet here lies her resilience. She learns not to erase conflict, but to weave it into harmony. Her strength is not in being flawless, but in being whole. She is not unloving. She longs for connection, but only the kind that feels real. Her relationships are few, but they are deep. To love her is to honor her rhythm, to understand that solitude is not rejection. It is part of her survival. For the ones who reach her heart, the bond is unshakable. When she creates, she translates the unseen into form. Her hyperfocus becomes invention. Her perception becomes art. Her questioning builds new systems, new perspectives. Her work may be misunderstood in the moment, but in time, it reveals itself as simply ahead. Her spirituality arises not from ritual, but from silence, from patterns. She feels beneath the surface of life. She doesn't just ask why rules exist. She asks why existence itself matters. She does not seek belonging in groups. She seeks alignment with truth. And her legacy? In a world obsessed with noise, she shows the wisdom of silence. In a culture desperate for belonging, she models sovereignty. In an age of conformity, she embodies authenticity. Her wiring may not always be understood. Her path may not always be easy, but her impact is undeniable. She is strategist. She is questioner. She is builder of systems, guardian of truth, and proof that living differently is not living wrongly. It is living courageously, living clearly, living free. This is the Sigma female, a life lived on a different frequency.
And now, as we come to the end of this journey together, I want to pause and breathe. You've just walked with me through the hidden corridors of the Sigma female mind. You've seen her solitude, her sharp perception, her endless questions, her strengths and her struggles. And maybe along the way, you've seen yourself. If you did, let this be your reminder. You are not broken, you are not too much, and you are not too different. You are wired in a way that the world may not always understand, but that does not make your wiring wrong. It makes it rare. It makes it necessary. In a culture that celebrates noise, you show the wisdom of silence. In a society obsessed with belonging, you show the courage of sovereignty. In a world that often values conformity, you embody authenticity. These are not small things. These are gifts. If you have ever been called too sensitive, know that your sensitivity is a radar tuned to truths others miss. If you have ever been told you don't fit in, remember, belonging is not the same as alignment. And if you've ever been judged for your solitude, remember that solitude is not emptiness. For you, it is sovereignty. It is where you return to yourself. Thank you, truly, for giving your time, your energy, your heart to listen. Thank you for allowing me to share these truths with you. Whether you see yourself as a Sigma female or you love someone who walks this path, your presence here matters. Because by listening, you are widening understanding. You are choosing depth over stereotype. You are choosing clarity over noise. If this spoke to you, if it helped you see yourself more clearly, or helped you understand someone you love, I invite you to stay connected. Subscribe. Share this with someone who needs it. Leave a comment with your own story. Because your voice, yes, your voice adds to this frequency. And somewhere out there, another Sigma female is waiting to hear that she is not alone. This channel, this space, is not about the longing in the shallow sense. It is about resonance, about finding others who move through the world on similar wavelengths. And when those wavelengths come together, they don't cancel each other out. They amplify. They grow stronger. Imagine what happens when more Sigma females stop questioning their worth and start trusting their design. Imagine the power of embracing sensitivity as clarity, of honoring solitude as sovereignty, of celebrating difference as innovation. That world is possible, and it starts here, with us, with you. So once again, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for questioning. Thank you for being brave enough to live differently. Until next time,
Honor your solitude, protect your clarity, guard your energy, and never forget, you are not too much, you are not too little. You are exactly as you were designed to be. Stay sovereign, stay authentic, stay free. And if this message resonated with you, subscribe, share, and join me again. Together, we'll keep exploring the hidden truths of those who live on a different frequency. Thank you, truly.